Ladies and gentlemen, middleweight action coming to the ring here at the York Hall, Bethnal Green. Please welcome, firstly, Eric Nwankwo.
So beginning his walk to the boxing ring is Eric Nwankwo from Portsmouth, 28 years of age. He's preparing for his third professional contest. And his second outing here at the venerable York Hall in London's East End.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated Linus Udofia.
The man who will face off against Eric Nwankwo is Linus Udofia, 24 years of age. He brings to the ring a perfect record, unbeaten in his 8 fights so far. 4 of his 8 victories coming by way of knockout. So there is the tail of the tape. Very little between these two boxers physically. It's going to be interesting to see who will be able to establish their own style. Both of them tall, rangy middleweights.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, a very warm welcome here to the York Hall, Bethnal Green, on behalf of David Hay for Haymaker Ringstar Promotions. This is Fight Night, and we are live on Sports Bible. Proudly sponsored by Betfair, by Volterol, by Park Plaza Hotels, and by Infinitum. This is 6 3-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Timekeeper at the bell, Mr. John Smith. Referee in charge from South Oxy, near Watford, Mr. Lee Every. Introducing, in the blue corner, wearing the white shorts with black trim, weighing in 11 stone 10 pounds 5 ounces. From 2 contests, he has 1 win, 1 defeat. That win coming inside the distance. From Portsmouth, by way of his homeland of Nigeria, Eric Nwankwo. And in the red corner, wearing the black shorts with gold, official weight 11 stone 9 pounds 8 ounces. He brings a perfect record. 8 contests, 8 wins, 4 wins coming by KO. From Luton, Bedfordshire, from his homeland of Nigeria, Linus Udofia.
Boxers, please. Okay, lads, when I say stop, you stop boxing. When I say break, take a step back. Keep your hands up, protect yourself at all times. Good luck to you both.
So all seconds and extras making their way out of the boxing ring. As we prepare for the opening bell of this middleweight bout scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. So we're underway then. First of a scheduled 6 3-minute rounds in the middleweight division between 2 rangy middleweights. The boxer wearing white is Eric Nwankwo from Portsmouth, who just scored with a very good left jab. The man who's responding, not quite sure what you call those, Darren. It's half tunic, half shorts, but that's the ring attire being donned by Linus Udofia. He's just got through with a lovely left jab once again. But then Nwankwo responds with the same shot, and given the similarity in their statures, very little between them at the weigh-in, 11 stone 9 pounds 8 ounces. just above the middleweight limit for Linus Udofia, as was Nwankwo at 11 stone 10 pounds and 5 ounces. Well, how crucial is the jab going to be in this contest? And a right hand causes Udofia to stagger.
Yeah, it did there. That was a good shot. It seemed to trouble him for a second. Referee just called break. Not too sure what's happened here.
Referee just speaking to Nwankwo about punching incorrectly with the inside of the glove rather than the knuckle part of the glove. You land with the inside of the glove, it renders it a slap, and not a correct scoring punch.
Yeah, so going back to that jab, I mean, it's the most important shot in boxing, it really is, and it will be crucial here. Going back to the stature as well, you mentioned they are both decent sized middleweights. Nothing really between them here. But I've liked Udofia, I've liked what I've seen. I see him last time out. There's a lot to like. He's a good boxer, he can do a bit of both. And I'm very familiar with his trainer, Terry Stewart, who did a lot of strength and conditioning with myself earlier on in my career. So he gets his fighters in tremendous shape. I look forward to seeing Udofia a lot more.
Udofia pirouetting nicely off the ropes there, but he was just guilty of coming square when he moved back to the strands. Nice head movement from Nwankwo as he walks his man down. So very competitive opening round, this one. Good left jab by Nwankwo once again. Udofia trying to jab his way off the ropes. Again, he comes square, but uses good movement to escape from the confined position on the strands.
He's got total disregard for Udofia's, you could say, lack of power here. He's just coming forward with his hands up, trying some big shots of his own. I mean, it's very tough when for Udofia when you look at the record of Nwankwo, and he's only had 2 fights, so you can't find out much about your opponent.
Of his 2 fights, he's split those, winning his debut, losing last time out up at Pride Park in Derby. It's a terrific left jab from Nwankwo once again. Nice dip at the knees from Udofia to avoid the right hand that came in his direction, for he scored with a good left hand to the body. But a good left jab by Nwankwo once more, and he really has found a range with that shot, proving to be quite disruptive to the ambitions of Udofia. Corkscrew left jab wasn't too far away from the man in white. Very good opening round.
Yeah, it was a good opening round for Nwankwo there. I mean, there was a shot, it was almost a cupping shot. It looked like to the back slightly. As we see there, the good left hook. I mean, like I said earlier in the round there, total disregard for the lack of power of Udofia. Come forward, and there's that jab again. He really jumps in with it. It's he doesn't play around with that jab. It really is a hurtful shot, and there was a good entertaining opening round that. As far as matchmaking is concerned, it was it makes for a good fight. This does.
Terry Stewart, the man. Stewart, the man inside the ropes, having camping on the outside.
Right? But when you miss with the right hook, land the left hook. Okay, miss with the right, left hook.
So into the second round of a middleweight contest that is scheduled for 6th. Linus Udofia, who appeared on our screens earlier this year when he took on the veteran survivor William Warburton. Counter right hand wasn't too far away from Udofia, but he said that was his first time appearing on a haymaker promotion, first time under the lights. And when I was speaking with him earlier on, he said that his mindset that night, he didn't recognize it at the time, but he's had a fight since then where he scored a 3rd round stoppage victory. But he said his mindset looking back was that he was conscious not to make a mistake. Where he said because he's now had that experience and he's got another fight under his belt since then, he said that he's now fighting with freedom. There's a beautiful counter right hand by Udofia, and he followed up with a good left jab to the body. Now that that inhibition is out of his mind and he's fighting with the handbrake off, what difference can that make to a fighter's performance?
Well, it's huge, you know, being under those lights and the pressure of the TV cameras and people watching can make a big difference. So I think for him, it's just another box ticked, and you know, you can go forward in your career now with that off your shoulder, and we're seeing it here. He looks a lot more fluent. I mean, this is a tough fight. Nwankwo is tough, he's strong, but Udofia's looked better so far in this round. I think I would like to see him hold the centre of the ring a bit more. He's getting backed up onto the ropes a bit too much and allowing Nwankwo to work away. Like here, now I'd like to see him move to the centre of the ring, now stay here and work behind the jab. We did see a lovely counter right hand from Udofia earlier. I'd just like to see a bit more of that, because though Nwankwo's jab is a strong one and hurtful one, it is quite slow, so he's able to be countered.
Both men just missing with their attempted punches. Just a while previously, a big swing and a miss from Nwankwo. Udofia's defensive radar working, although he did eat that left jab, but countered with a double jab of his own. So intriguing contest, this one. And again, by backing off to the ropes like that, we saw him land a sneaky counter right hand, Udofia, but he is inviting pressure by going back to the ropes and standing square on.
Well, that's exactly right. You know, he's inviting pressure. The ring was always told, I was told, so imagine there's a ring within a ring, a smaller ring, and work from that one. You never want to get backed up onto the rope because you literally have nowhere to go. It makes life easier for your opponent. But Udofia, sorry, Rob, Udofia's getting into this fight now. I mean, he's worked well behind the jab, still getting backed up, but he's landed some better, cleaner shots.
So bobbing and weaving his way forwards once again is Nwankwo, but his two-shot salvo was parried. And then he scores with a lovely left jab, does Udofia. Counter right hand is a good shot once again for Udofia, right on the bell.
Yeah, it was it was better from Udofia there. He was landing some good shots. There was that right, well, that was a right he was been looking for. And again, like I said earlier, he does throw a bit of a lazy shot. When he throws the shot, Nwankwo, the jab comes back to his chest. So it gives Udofia the opportunity to try and land that right hand. But again, we've seen there, Nwankwo's finding it quite easy to push Udofia back. So it's still, I mean, it's a very interesting fight.
So it's right hook, left hook, or right hand, left hook, okay? Yeah? You must continue to throw that jab. Sit up straight, deep breaths. That's it, yeah. Okay. Concentration.
The final word from Terry Stewart as we begin this third round in the direction of Linus Udofia was concentration. That's an untidy tumble to the ropes endured by Udofia. A little bit of grappling taking place up there in the boxing ring. We mentioned the fact that Udofia feels he's now a far more relaxed operator. Is that another thing that he's noticed? By being more relaxed, is that he uses less energy, and he just feels that he can go through the 3-minute frames far more easily, far more comfortably than when his shoulders are tight and he's clenching up in his core. So that things just flow far more fluently, and he now is able to produce the form that he demonstrates in the gym up there under the ring lights in the boxing ring.
Yeah, that's totally right. I mean, look, the goal for any aspiring young boxer, fighter, is to, you know, operate at championship level. And at championship level, 10, 12 rounds, you cannot afford to tense up, load up. You've got to stay nice and relaxed, and you will notice that the rounds become easier. I mean, it's never easy, but it becomes a lot less hard work when you're tensed up from your shoulders, because you are burning unnecessary energy. And he does a lot more fluent in his work. Like you said before, he was just too engaged in not making a mistake. But now he's working well behind the jab. I mean, there's that right hand again. That is the shot. That's good boxing.
Nwankwo tried to come back with a right hand of his own. Nwankwo again goes to the ropes, countering with a left hand. Nwankwo tries a left uppercut, but was just wide of the mark. What's really intriguing is this, because their statures are very similar, but their styles are totally different. Nwankwo walking his man down. Disregard for the offense coming in his direction from Udofia. Udofia content to box on the back foot, now in center ring for one of the few times in the contest. Can he occupy it as he gets through with another right hand?
This is where he needs to stay, right here. Work off the jab. If I was him or I was Terry Stewart in the corner, I'd be trying to find that right hand. That is the shot I'd be looking for. Just took the words out of my mouth there, literally.
And he's put Nwankwo on the canvas. Nwankwo was stunned by that. and he went back to the ropes and took a knee. Well, he stood up, but he appears to be still rather shaken up. Still 45 seconds to negotiate in this third round. Action resumes. Nwankwo is in trouble. He doesn't appear to want to go on. He doesn't appear to know where he is. Pushing out a left jab almost by instinct. Udofia looking for holes in his defense now. Oh, good right hook from Nwankwo. If he is buzzed, well, he's demonstrating some terrific heart here.
He really is. He's shown some heart here, because in that corner after he got up from the count, he didn't look like he knew where he was or if he wanted to continue. He's come back, and there's that right hand again from Udofia. Good entertaining round this.
Most certainly. Approaching the 10-second clapper. Udofia backing off, remaining patient. Corkscrew left hand attempted by Nwankwo, but his legs still appear rather unsteady. But he is swinging forcefully. And that bell cannot come soon enough for Eric Nwankwo.
Well, what a fantastic round for Linus Udofia there. I mean, I was robbed of a perfect piece of commentary there, because I was just saying, if I was in the corner there of Terry Stewart, I'll be saying, hold the centre of the ring, work off of the jab and try and find that counter right hand, and that's exactly what he done. It was a lovely shot. I think he actually landed 2 there, and the last one was just enough for Nwankwo to take a knee and go down, and when he got up, he didn't look great. I mean, this was good work, but he showed the heart of a lion there, did Nwankwo, because in the corner, he didn't know exactly where he was, but he come back well there.
He's in swift, he's going to come out, he's going to come out, all right? You're going to bully him, okay? Use your strength! Use your... Get up, get up! Use your strength.
Well, inspirational words coming from Nwankwo's corner. Needs a slow start to begin round number 4. He took a glance back towards his corner, and he's just been fed another forceful right cross from Linus Udofia, who followed up with a left jab. Well, you mentioned how porous Nwankwo's defense was and how he appeared to have scant regard for the punch picking of Udofia, but that chin is being checked here now.
Yeah, I mean, them right hands are beautiful. It's a lovely shot. But Nwankwo's not doing himself any favours here. He lets the shot go nicely, then it comes straight back to his chest. It's just not bringing the shot back to his chin, and he's getting caught with the right hand.
But he wills himself forward once again and works away to just above the belt line of Udofia. But look at how the punches are having an increasing effect on Nwankwo. Every time he takes a shot now, it's almost as though it's causing him to back up. His mouth is open. His hands have been down by his pec since the opening bell. But his legs just appear far less steady than they were at the opening of the contest.
He's ready to go, Ronald. He really is. I mean, he's sort of, I mean, very, very vulnerable here. His hands are by his chest, like you say. He's just inviting one of those right hands to come in. Still walking forward, though. Credit to him.
You really have to admire the man's determination and courage, but physically he appears to be in pretty bad shape. Look at that. He can barely hold his boxing stance, bending at the waist as he made his way back towards the ropes. Can Udofia find the sustained quality to take advantage of a man who appears to be draining of energy alarmingly in front of him? He's catching all kinds of punches, is Nwankwo, but still he keeps pouring himself forwards.
Well, honestly, if Udofia's not able to finish this fight, I'd be very disappointed, because though Nwankwo's coming forward, really forcing himself on, he's so open, honestly, and as you see there was a lovely right uppercut that slid through, and now he's in the corner. Good work from Udofia.
Beautiful pirouette move from Udofia, and Nwankwo is so tired he can barely get himself out of the corner. Standing stock still, now staggers forwards once again, but there is no spring in the man's step, and there's no snap to his movement. Good left jab from Nwankwo, though. Udofia will have to be careful that he doesn't punch himself out, but a left hook right hand combination has put Nwankwo in real trouble once again. Trying to cover up, but he takes another right hand. Left uppercut dug in from Nwankwo, but he is desperately tired here. But you have to admire the man's fighting spirit, because he doesn't know how to give in.
He does not stop coming. I mean, there's been opportunities for Udofia to really put his foot on the gas, but he hasn't been able to, and that's credit to Nwankwo's heart and desire.
Well, Nwankwo almost a sitting target here. He's just coming forward, but it's in slow motion. Can Udofia find the punches? that would surely put him in even more trouble, because the bell is sounded, and just look at how long it takes Nwankwo to make it back to the blue corner.
Yeah, we see some of the action, and there's that lovely right hand. I mean, that was a jab to the body to drop the hands of Nwankwo, and he just followed it up with a lovely right hand to the head. Beautiful stuff. I mean, what I want to see from Udofia here is boss this next round. Hold the center of the ring and work away. There was a lovely left hook to the body and left hook to the head that we see that made Nwankwo step back. What I want to see there, why I'm so frustrated, is I want to see Udofia then step forward and try and get the job done.
Make it easy for him, yeah? Up to bosses, but you're falling with him. Don't fall with him. Put your shots together now, Eric. You can get this lad out of it. You're stronger than him. You're exposing him. Now finish him off now, Eric. Come on. Stand up. Deep breaths.
Stop boxing. Time out. Go.
Well, the health of the boxer is the most important thing, of course, and the ringside doctor just being called up to take a look in the eyes of Nwankwo. And remember, when Deontay Wilder fought against Luis Ortiz, he was rocked, went back to the corner, and then the doctor came up, because under the New York State Athletic Commission, that is how the concussion protocol is carried out. The corner gets their 60 seconds to work, then if the referee is still concerned, the doctor will be called up to take a look at the fighter who appears to be in a mild amount of trouble or in trouble. That was applied here. It's not a British Boxing Board of Control rule, but good to see the safety of the boxer being put to the fore as it should be. So slightly longer for Nwankwo to recover. Is it enough for him to get his legs back beneath him though? Nwankwo so dynamic, so fresh, hands down by his belt line now, and going in search of his man. No snap in Nwankwo's punches whatsoever. You pointed out previously that we're going back to his chest. That one went back via his belt line, and then he shipped a big right hand over the top.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, he's got to be careful here, Nwankwo, because oh, there's another great right hand there. I mean, he could be subject to a brutal knockout here, because, oh!
And there it is, right above us. He has been punched through the ropes almost, and the referee has waved this one off immediately. Darren, your commentary was spot on, because the hands of Eric Nwankwo were anywhere but up by his chin, and Linus Udofia took full advantage with some precise punch picking that was packed with plenty of power. Eric Nwankwo deserves immense credit for the bravery and fortitude that he demonstrated throughout that contest. He was dropped heavily in round number 3. He appeared to be out of it, but he summoned his reserves of strength to continue in the contest. He was competitive, but outboxed in round 4, and then in round 5, just as you wanted to see, Linus Udofia came out with renewed purpose and focus of intensity and got his man out of there in explosive fashion.
Yeah, that was the shot I was calling for. He come alive in this round, he really did, and he just landed 2 unanswered right hands, and that last one was an absolute peach. The first one on the chin, and the second one right on the point of the chin, and, you know, hats off to Nwankwo for a spirited effort there, but Udofia, that was a fantastic finish. Very difficult in a fight like this, where Nwankwo did have his chances there, but the previous round to the knockout there, I'd be looking at the corner to perhaps pull him out, because he was taking some big shots, some big right hands, and you thought to yourself, this is an accident waiting to happen here. But it is tough, because he showed heart and desire, coming forward at all the time he could. But Udofia, well done, 9-0. 5 knockouts, fantastic.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's always here this evening before we declare the result.